Thank you very much, gentlemen. I am here with Lourlo, the terror of tight lane, top lane for Team Liquid himself. How are you feeling after that game? It was a close series. It went all the way to game number 3, and you guys came back at the very end. What's going through your mind right now?
Yeah, that was by far like the most nerve-wracking set I've played because I knew if we won that game, like we still have a chance to like make playoffs, not get relegated, and that game meant so much for not only my teammates but for myself. So, yeah, I was super nervous. I made a lot of mistakes. I blame myself for that, but my team played incredibly well, so I'm really proud of them.
There's definitely a lot on the line. And speaking of your team, how do you feel about this newest iteration of Team Liquid now that Double Lift's been added to the roster? How is the environment on the team right now? We know that you guys have only had a couple of days to practice together, but what are things like?
Yeah, so Peter's like insanely vocal. Like before Peter joined, I did the majority of the shot calling. So once he joined, it took a lot of pressure off me in terms of communication because I had a lot more to like focus on my lane, focus on like other things besides communication, and he just like released pressure for me. So his atmosphere, not only is like a leader but also a veteran, is just incredible for us, and I like it a lot.
Speaking of your own lane, looking forward into the future now, you guys' first match in the next week is going to be up against Team Dignitas. And for you, that means laning up against Someday, who there's been a lot of hype around so far this split. How do you feel about that individual matchup for yourself?
Yeah, so I respect Someday a lot. Like he was a person I always look up to in LCK when he was on KT, and yeah, he knows how to play matchups incredibly well. And he just is really good in terms of playing with his team. Even though I don't know his communication, but even if his communication is bad, he knows how to like play around the map. So he's a really, really good player, and he's world class. So I'm really looking forward to playing versus him.
Should definitely be a good matchup. And one more question for you now. With this victory over Team Envy, Team Liquid's playoff dreams are still alive, still a possibility. You're still in the running. What are you guys going to be doing to prepare for these last 2 weeks of games, these last 4 series that will or will not that will determine whether or not, I should say, you do make it into playoffs?
Yeah, so I think this last week we didn't get as much practice as we wanted to with Peter. We still have a lot of things to iron out, and I think going into next week we can start from like a completely fresh week, and that's just gonna lead to like us practicing our mid to late game way better, and you won't see as many sloppy games as you did like today. So I'm looking to fix up our mid to late, and then we'll be a really dominant team.
Well, here's hoping all that preparation works out well for you guys. Enjoy your victory today. You all definitely earned it. Going to throw it back over to the guys on the analyst desk now.
Flame in the top lane, for example.